Time after time, video after video, I've heard countless people talk about how Whitney and her Miltank are the bane of their experience. Countless Nuzlockes have lost countless Pokemon to the ether of the Death Box because of this team. And I'm here to say that if you do end up losing this fight, you're a third-rate trainer with a fourth-rate team. Now, let me be frank. When playing a Pokemon game, generally, the goal is to catch them all and to become the Pokemon League champion. But how many times have you, someone you know, or even maybe a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, put all of your eggs into one basket and just focused on your starter Pokemon or one Pokemon because it looked cool or looked cute? And even if that's not the case, how often do you see trainers using Pokemon that aren't their favorite by choice? Now, I'll admit that this Pokemon does have an impressive base stat total for where we're at in the game, but it's really not that hard to counter this Pokemon. Of course, everyone knows the terrors of both Rollout and Milk Drink from this Pokemon, but it feels like so many trainers who play the vanilla version of this game forget a very obvious answer to this problem. First things first, these guys, they gotta go. This is what we're talking about. I understand that by and large, Meganium is the least favorite of the three Johto starters by a lot, and I can't really blame people for feeling this way. I mean, me personally, Grass type is one of my favorite typings, but I understand that Fire typing is generally cooler, and then a Water type Crocodile is a really cool concept. Not to mention, Meganium's moveset in Generation 2 is pretty bad, all things considered. However, just because its moveset isn't very diverse, doesn't mean that it can't play a role. When taking a look at Whitney's Miltank, we can see that it has a decent attack of 80 and good bulk in both of its defenses coupled with its high HP pool. The best way to defeat this Pokemon is to either have a really strong special move, which we won't have at this point in the game, a fighting type Pokemon, which we can get here in Goldenrod, but we're going to avoid that method altogether. Or finally, we could whittle this Pokemon down slowly with residual damage, which is probably what we're going to be doing today. The latter of the three starts us off with using Chikorita as our starter. What it lacks in power, it makes up for in utility in this fight. At level 12, Chikorita will get access to the move Reflect, which will help us take less damage from all of the incoming rollouts and stomps that Whitney's Miltank will fire out at us. Poison Powder will help slowly knock down Miltank's health and will cause it to use Milk Drink sooner. And finally, Razor Leaf, with its high chance to crit, will do decent reliable damage to Miltank on the special side. And if you want to take your Bayleaf past the level of the gym leader, all you have to do is get it to level 23 and then it learns Synthesis, which will help it be even bulkier in this fight. Grabbing our second Pokemon will be pretty simple, as you can do it pretty much as soon as you start the game. Heading into Union Cave, we're going to be picking up none other than Geodude. Geodude is a Pokemon that's quite often looked over because at the end of the day it is just a rock with arms. But this rock with arms is going to be the key to our success today. Obviously, since Geodude is a rock type, it's going to have high defense to work with. But what we're more interested in today is Geodude's typing. See, with the rock and ground type, Geodude is going to be resistant to both of Miltank's major moves that we're going to have to worry about, both Stomp and Rollout, making Geodude the perfect defensive wall against Whitney's Miltank. With the moveset of Magnitude, Rock Throw, Defense Curl, and Rock Smash, we can not only bolster our own defenses, but potentially cut Whitney's as well, and hit with a move potentially stronger than Earthquake if we're lucky enough. So, with all that in mind, what do we have against Whitney and her deadly Miltank? Reflect and Defense Curl to help raise our defenses, Poison Powder for residual damage, Rock Smash to lower the opponent's defense, and both Magnitude and Razor Leaf to do reliable damage. Now, speaking about it is one thing. Let's test it out and see what happens. Alright, and here we are with nothing but a level 20 Bayleaf and Geodude on our team. Razor Leaf, Poison Powder, Growl, and Reflect. We wanted to get Rock Smash on this Geodude, but we weren't able to get it in time. Rock Throw, Tackle, Defense Curl, and Magnitude. So, this fight, I've won this fight with these Pokemon about 80% of the time. So if you're just going 2 for 2, this team can do it. It does depend on a couple things. One, Bayleaf needs to land all of its moves because sometimes Poison Powder misses, sometimes Razor Leaf misses, and it's really annoying. And then 2, mainly this, Clefairy needs to not get insane moves with Metronome. Preferably, we would get a crit with Razor Leaf. Much like that. It would go for Double Slap. Okay. Be like Water Gun. Strength. Okay. Not a big deal. It won't do much damage. You don't have a good attack stat. Okay, it did more than I wanted to, but that's fine. We Razor Leaf here. Now, ideally, what we want to do once Miltank comes in is get Poison Powder to land on the first try. Then we set up a Reflect. Then we use Growl. And then at that point, we will be too weak to stay in, so we'll go ahead and switch out to Geodude. So we Poison Powder here. It goes for the rollout. Oh my god. It keeps doing this. Okay, but it misses rollout. So, we'll take that. We go for the Reflect. As it goes for the rollout. Set up Reflect. And then afterwards, we'll go for Growl, and then we'll switch out to Geodude. It actually misses rollout again. This is definitely the luckiest that I've been while testing this. Okay, perfect. Actually, you know what? Since it missed the rollout, I'm actually going to go for a second Growl. Okay, now we go out to Geodude. Roll out. It shouldn't do anything. Literally 1 damage. Okay, and now we just go for Magnitude twice, and that should be the end of it. Look, 4 damage. Next turn it'll do like 8 damage. If this is a high Magnitude, which it's not, this may even still take it out. No. Okay, Reflect faded, so this is going to do a lot more damage now. But it's locked into rollout, which means it can't use Milk Drink. And that's the end of it. Poison plus the Magnitude, even if it's like Magnitude 2, will take it out. And there you go. That's all you need. You just need a Bayleaf and a Geodude, and this fight is a cakewalk. And you can make it even... Oh. And you can make it even easier on yourself by just leveling your Bayleaf up to level 23 and getting rid of Growl for Synthesis. At the end of the day, is this a perfect solution? No, not really. However, I do think that this probably yields the best chances for you in the early game of defeating Whitney. However, I will say that this does present a problem, making Morty a little bit harder. I always found Morty to be harder than Whitney, but this does work pretty proficiently. After I cut the cameras off last time, I tested about 5 more times and lost twice. So again, the bad RNG with Clefairy, one of the times that I tested, Clefairy got Fire Blast, so that was unfortunate. And then Miltank got a rollout or a crit with one of her rollouts. So bad RNG obviously will make things bad, but this does work pretty proficiently. So if you don't want to have to rely on a Machop, you don't want to have to rely on getting your entire team squad wiped, and you know, you've never tried using a Chikorita, maybe we try it out. This is a viable option, and if you have a Geodude on your team, it gives you a reason to trade with a friend. So it gives you reasons to connect with others, and isn't that what Pokemon is all about? If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for making it to this point. Stay tuned to the channel because very soon I will be having the Omega Ruby, the final episode of our Omega Ruby Shiny Lock. And it's going to be a much larger video because it's from the 4th gym all the way to the Elite 4. I'm going to condense it down into one video. And then at the end of that will be the announcement for when we're going to have the giveaway and how we're going to decide who gets the giveaway. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you ring the notification bell. Make sure you like the video. If you like the video, leave a comment down below. What was your favorite part of the video? Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am Ronan, this is the Ronan Diaries, and I will see you guys in the next video.